Hey folks, welcome back to the lab, or in this case, the kitchen island. So, boy, I haven't done videos here on this island since, doing my metal detecting days and my EDC flashlights and junk like that. Anyway, I'll show you a picture. Well, you don't need to see a picture because you're doing these. So no, get down. No. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard without cats wrecking things here. I got stories already. I did this one day, and I already have stories about cats. So anyway, what I want to do is, because these were a test. These were my first try, and they need more color. And it's just a little bland in the white. And like I said, it's a test. And I got one of these cheap Walmart, kits for little kids with the very tiny bottles. And I had 3 articles of clothing to do, so I had to stretch it. Now, we're going to go throw in some more color in here. Maybe some blacks, maybe some oranges, yellows. I don't know. We'll see. So, and if I don't tie it up exactly the same way, that's just fine. I'm cool with that. So, I think first, this is really, really heavy cotton. So this was pretty hard to fold up. Maybe that's why it just didn't absorb so much, because it's really thick. All right, let's get this baby crudely folded back up, and we'll fold up some other things, and there's something I just grabbed today at Goodwill that we're going to add some color to, something that was already partially dyed. So let's get this. Yeah, look at that, these pockets, man, all this area here. I wonder if it would be better if I guess not. Okay, let's see here. I've done a number of Thai bleach shirts. I've been doing Thai bleach shirts for a long time because as a chef, I wore a black chef coat, and I was one of those kind of people where I don't want any thinking about getting dressed to go to work. So I got myself a whole slew of black chef coats, black pants, black socks, and black cotton t-shirts. So yeah, we just like, boom, go in there and grab that. And those cotton t-shirts, I got bleach all over them a lot, because when I would get there before everybody else, or the restaurant was open or wasn't open, I just would work in my black t-shirt. Well, I always got bleach and shit all over everything. So I started putting designs, Thai bleaching, and I did a number of different things. I used a spray bottle and did outlines of forks and spoons, that kind of thing, like that. And that was fun. And I did handprints, because I got the idea from one of the other chefs, stuck his hand in a nice big old thing of bleach water and wrecked one of my shirts by putting handprints all over me. It was funny. It was funny because, right away, the little handprints doesn't show up right away, and all of a sudden, like an hour later, they start laughing, and they go, "What's so funny?" Well, you got big old giant white handprints on the back of your shirt. Don't be mad. No, I'm not bad. I think that's hilarious. So then everybody's like, "Oh, dude, let me put more handprints on it." So I was covered in bleachy handprints. Good times. I got a million of these little red clamps. Thought I would put them to use. So yeah, so you can see here that this spot here was where nothing happened, because I think I folded it away. Didn't give it access to any dyes, so maybe we'll try to make sure we get some folds in there. No, good. That's looking good. Yes. Now I want to hold that there while I grab a rubber band. One other thing happens here. on this counter is the dining room. Feline dining room. All right, let's okay, well, I gotta flip this around because I'm left-handed and not ambidextrous. I need this for stretching my rubber bands on. Don't judge me. I'll add some more. I'll add some more rubber bands up in here. Up in here. Yeah, wow, this fabric is really thick, man. Not bad for $4.29 at Goodwill. Yeah, I made a killing at Goodwill with a bunch of white shirts and things. So we're gonna have our fun cut out for us here, learning how to do some really cool designs and things. I'm curious as to whether I'm gonna have enough dye. I know I do have enough dye, but not necessarily the colors that I'm gonna be all excited for. Because there's a number of, you know, sunsetty, yellowy, orangey, pinky kind of things that not necessarily what I'm going for. There's a color combo that I kind of want to start working on, tie-dyes, and it's burgundy and black. It's kind of a cool combo that I like. And I looked for burgundy sweatshirts and burgundy shirts at Goodwill, and I could, you know, just throw some black on. But I didn't find any. At least none that were in any good shape. You know, the sweaty collars are pretty much ingrained, and you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so good. We exposed a lot of that white there. You know, a lot of that white there. Probably got to add a bunch of black in here. So this is button up. And this was a particular style where you wrap it around a dowel or something and roll it up. And it's supposed to be kind of doing like a bit of a fire kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like graffiti fire. But it doesn't look like the black took all that well. Maybe it has something to do with, maybe there was something on the shirt. But we'll reapply and yeah, well, that was cool. Yeah, so you can see where I had you know, heavily put on. Well, I thought was heavily, but it's not. It just ended up here and here and on top because I started here. Yeah. So okay. Man, I wonder if I start from the other end. No. I don't know. Let me think about that. Let me go make sure I got... Where is my dowel? There it is. Well, it's not really a dowel, but it's the pipe from a vacuum cleaner. All right, so maybe this time we'll do it backwards. Oh, yeah, that came out nice. Yeah, all right. I'm wondering, maybe I should just, well, yeah, there's a lot of black. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. If it stays white on the bottom, I'm okay. I don't know. Okay, I grabbed something a little bit better. It's the sun's out, so I was able to find it. All right, that one was tapered anyway. It was kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so get it like that, and then you scrunch it together like that. So let me put a couple of rubber bands here. I'm trying to look and see, is there any new real estate for me to plop any? Okay, scrunchy scrunch. Ugh. There we go. Come on now. Scrunch. Scrunch, I tell you, scrunch. It's like I'm making kebab. Anybody want kebabs? Okay, that's what I want, but I gotta figure out how to hold it there. I got an idea. Hold on a minute. Okay, so here's what I did. A couple of these little babies on the end, and I just grabbed a little bit of fabric on the ends. And we are all scrunched. Cool. I just want some kebabs right now. Let's see. What else did we have? Well, we had this. And I actually kind of like this. I don't know. This was, I got this at this was already a modified one. You can see some of the kind of the crinkle version, right? You can see some of the, this was very lightly, I mean, somebody did even lighter than I did. It was just one or two little spots of tie-dye on it. And I threw a twist on there and added more color to it. It looks a lot better, I think. I really wouldn't mind putting some black in there. Tell you what, we're gonna get this baby ready to go, and if I decide not to, I want to see how much ink I have, because I want to get a blank slate and try a certain something that I've been wanting to try. And I may just go in and sit in a lab and with a bunch of rubber bands and work on that here after I do this. So, all right, why don't we? Let's see. All right, so here's what I picked up at Goodwill today. Sweatshirt. It's 2X. It's big. Big, but it's a good thing to try, right? That's bland, man. That is some blandiness. Bland. So, maybe I'll try a cool thing with this. Here's what I want to do. I want to put a very cool, kind of a weird, like, spirit catcher kind of weird dealio in here, front and back. So that'll take care of a bunch of this. And then maybe do the scrunch, the crumpled on the outside of that. I'm going to put a bunch of color on this. So it'll be a combo of kind of two different kind of funkiness. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in to the lab with a bunch of, and I got an idea of how to start this. I also have another idea that involves crochet hoops. All right. So let's go into the lab here and do a little rubber banding. And these are going to come into play again. Okay, we are back and we are in the lab now. So here we go. Wow, this is big. It's funny because, well, it's not funny, but it's funny that this is a 2X, and to me, it already looks gigantic, even though I was wearing 6X sweatshirts less than 2 years ago. I mean, this would have been skin tight on me, and this thing is, man, I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is separate front from back, I think. What I'm going to do is find a good spot. Feels like the middle to me. What I'm going to do, make sure I only have the front. Okay. So I'm going to put this over it as kind of like a dinner napkin ring. You can see all this restaurant-related stuff that is popping into my head for making tie-dyes. Weird, right? So if you're doing something like this, just remember that the measurement of that is going to be half the width of your circle. So just to have it on record there, that's 5 inches right there. I think that's probably 10 inch. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that'll be 10 inches. Yeah, wow, that'll be big. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. I'm curious as to what these little lines will do, which maybe, oh, that might be pretty cool, actually. I'm kind of excited for that. So maybe I'll use one that doesn't have that sticker on it, if I have one. Yeah, okay, this doesn't have a sticker on it. You're hearing ham radio in the back, folks. The police scanner going, and what's going on here? Okay. Oh yeah, this is kind of bent up a little bit, but we're not going to need to tighten it. Oof. So this is gonna, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. So there's that. Yeah. Keep the comments to a minimum there, folks. All right, now we got rubber bands here. I'm going real tight rubber bands, tight. Okay, so there is that one, or there. Okay, jeez. Oh boy, this thing's funny. All right, let's find another spot for another one. Where is the label? It's right there. Okay, we'll come down to right about here. Almost 5 inches. The back I can have a bit bigger because that's going to be, I don't know. Your back is kind of more advertising, you know. All right, that's 5 inches. Okay, so we got the front and back, sort of. And then, boy, that would be a lot of crunching to do. I wonder if I could do something same way on the sleeves. What do you think? Should I do that? If I do that, folks, I don't see why not. Let me think about it. Now, okay, I think we'll do it. Get rid of these thick ones so I don't pick around them. All right, so I think maybe like from here down, we'll kind of overlap a little bit. We'll start up here and then go down. There's a couple ham guys. I hear them. They're Canadians. And they're up there talking about bears coming in their campgrounds. Sounds about right. Okay, I'll come back when I'm done doing this up because it's just going to waste a lot of memory here. So, all right, we'll be right back. Okay, so we got the sleeves done. And we got the front and the back done. I think what we're going to do with the rest of this, we're going to scrunch it all up into crazy handfuls.
Yeah, she's just getting up there.
And throw some color into things. Okay, I'm gonna put a glob here.
I'm running to the kitchen. I'll be right back.
I kind of know what's gonna happen here, folks. What do you think? I like it. I don't even know what the hell is going on. We got ourselves an elephant with braids. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go dye some things. What the hell? This is gonna be pretty cool. Okay. Let's go in and make some ink and see if I have enough to do all these. If I end up using it all up, I'm just going to grab other colors. All I got to do is throw some water in a little thing with some powder, and we'll have more color. So we're going to have fun doing little tiny bits here and there. Okay, let's go back into the kitchen. Okay, we are back. We are back in the kitchen. And first I'm going to do this one. Yes, yes, yes. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start on these little bits. Put some little colors on here because I don't know how long they're going to last. So I want to make sure. I made these colors with a little bit of warm water, and it's kind of causing a little bit of a pressure issue here. A nice way of saying I'm making a mess. So I got to take the caps off. Yeah, that's what I did. Water was too warm. Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, all right. Okay, we're starting off good. Okay, yeah, pretty cool. So now on the crumpled parts, I can mop up this stuff with the crumply bits. See what I'm already kind of accumulating, little grumpy bits there. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way, kind of get a little symmetry to it. Hey, maybe we'll put another black stripe right about there. And I'll throw some color on top of that. I'm doing black on the edge of the sleeves, purely because I'm a dude, and you know, long white sleeves tend to get into some shit. So I'm just kind of darkening the ends to make the shit look less noticeable. I do apologize if you got kids watching here. This is, we're all adults here. Okay, what's next? All right, there's that. I think that's all I want to do with this. So we'll bag it up and go on to the next. Boom. Okay. So, whoops. I would like to lay down some black up in here. To make sure that I'm targeting some of all this white. Get it down in some of them crannies. Let it lurk. I just hope I don't put a big old spray of yellow right where the crotch is. That would be unfortunate for public appearances. Yeah, these look really good when I first opened up. Looked really good, and then the colors got real washed out. So maybe there might have been fabric softener or something all over this thing. Okay. Hopefully we covered some more area. Sure looks like we did. I'm just finding little cracks and plopping it in there. All right, we still got 2 more to do here, man. I might have to fire up some different colors. Okay, and maybe I'll bring this back in to mop up any other excess. All right, let me bag this up. Be right back. Okay, here's our kebab. Okay, so we can go this way, or we can go that way. Well, oh yeah, we did the half folded kind of thing here. Okay. I don't need to have a whole lot of color for this other one. I'm adding more color to, so I'm not gonna worry too much here. Okay, there's that one. I'll bag it up and we'll finish that last one. Okay. We killed all the colors. I'll bag it up. And, okay, we will conclude. Okay, so we will conclude here tomorrow afternoon. And we'll open these up and look at them. And then, you know, we'll figure the proper way to wash them, dry them, all that kind of thing. Make sure we do all that right. And okay, I'll see you here in just about this much. Okay, well, guys, hey, we gotta get you to move. Can you move, please? You gonna move? Gonna get off the table? Come on, no. You gotta go. Go, get out of here. Come on. Go, move it. Struggle is real, folks. Okay, I'm just laying this out so I don't stain my ridiculous countertop from the 50s. Okay, let's see what we got here. It is the next day. We're gonna look, see how we did on improving the color on these items. So this is the one I ended up having enough ink for. Yeah, let's see how this weirdness ends up looking. Cool thing is, I mean, tie-dyes don't really end up looking bad. They just look a little sad, but not necessarily bad. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's much improved. I like the spots. I like putting them random spots in there. That's pretty cool. All right, that's great. This is going to change a lot once I wash it. A lot of this is going to fade. But I did see that some of the black ink did kind of, yeah, okay, good. Let's see the back. Great. Lots of color. Okay. Good. So that's the t-shirt. I'm liking it. All right, let's try the other one. Okay, so this is the shorts. Yeah, I know. Could be cutting all these rubber bands, but why? Why not take a little extra time? Pull them off, reuse them. Okay, let's see. Well, we did. Okay, well, yeah, some color added. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all, but okay. I was kind of hoping to fill in a little bit more of this, but maybe we're all right. Yeah, okay, yeah, these are nice. Good. Kind of looks like a stain there, but yeah, I still gotta wash these. I still have to rinse out this and wash them. But yeah, that's looking good, man. This could be a cool ensemble. All right, let's check out the next one. All right, now we got the kebab with pipe clamps on it. Oh yeah, I gotta get pipe clamps off. I think I should have put more rubber bands on this for this effect. Now that I look at it, like a lot more. Next time. Next time. I don't think it was good doing it with this non-stretching shirt. Something that'll scrunch up a little better, you know, something that's got some flexibility. Okay, let's see what we did here. Now that came out pretty darn cool. Yeah. A little bit. Great. There's the back. That's pretty cool. Okay, great. All right, shirt. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's see the next one, the sweatshirt. Okay, now we got our sweatshirt, and this kind of design. I don't. Again, you know, it's another fabric thing, but this being this, you know, sweatshirty thickness is going to act different than just a regular cotton shirt. So I'm glad I'm trying these new methods, but let's see what happens here. Look at all that. All right, so here's our finished product. Click. All right, let's see. Where the hell do I start? That was just the scrunched part. I already see I probably should have added more ink to some spots. But I got a lot more. I got a lot more Goodwill shirts to play with. So I'm buying white t-shirts at Goodwill rather than actual tie-dyes at Goodwill because I make my own. They're more fun to wear that way when you know you made them. And somebody goes, "That's cool, dude." Well, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we did. All right, where does this thing start? Okay. Well, wow, this thing's big. Let's see. That looks a lot better than it did. How about that? Very cool. Okay. Kind of a sunbursty thing going on there. I think it would have been better without the original stripes that were in it. I like the way the sleeves came out. They came out real nice. All right, let's look at the back one. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'll be doing more with that. I'll be doing more with that kind of thing. For sure. And I'll learn to wind it a little bit tighter and maybe some tighter colors. Cool. All right. Well, there we have it. There's bottom. Bottom came out pretty darn cool, actually. I like back more than the front, unfortunately. Okay, well, that's how we did, folks. That's our first try. But like I said, I got a whole bunch more Goodwill t-shirts and things to perfect some things. That way I don't feel bad about screwing them up because they're just real cheap. Real cheap. Pre-worn. This was, this was what, $4.89 or something. But it is huge on me. But I'm cold all the time, so I'll probably be wearing this all summer. All right, folks, that'll do it. Hey, this was fun. Branching out some little hobbies here. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. But we're gonna try some other. I'm trying to get the gist of how some people make some of these designs on here, and then I just kind of put my own flair in them, just from seeing a very preliminary way of how they're doing it. And just bring the Chef Birdland into it. All right, so I'm gonna rinse this. We're gonna go wash these. Okay, so a quick review of what they look like when they've been washed. Yeah, it looks like a lot of bleeding and stuff like that. By the way, just so you know, folks, I just watched a number of videos on how to. Well, first I want to make sure what the right mixture is for this, instead of, the little kits for kids that, cost per garment's pretty ridiculous. So got some of this. So I learned a lot of things about the fabric needs to be moist, and we got the color fixative. Yeah. And like microwaving it, and yeah, apparently with RIT, you don't have to wait 24 hours. You just boom, 30 minutes, put the fixative on it, and all that kind of thing. So that's cool. So here's what these look like. They already look kind of like they're faded, don't they? And it's probably because I did it wrong, and it's probably cheap dye too. These Walmart kits, And there's back. Very nice. I'm wearing these tonight, man. These are great. Great. Yeah, like $4 or $5 for this pair. Okay. This is the Giant sweatshirt. Yeah, that looks nice, man. I kind of like that starburst, but these things that I tried covering up are really prevalent now. But yeah, cool. So, so there is the sweatshirt. Again, this isn't the greatest thing in the world. These are cheap Walmart garments, and I'm learning, and I'm kind of learning it in my own way. Rather than consulting every video, I just kind of want to find out the science of it, make sure that I get the colors sharp, and things. And these are not sharp. Everything's all bled out. So I'm gonna get better. Gonna get better. All right, here's t-shirt. Again, yeah, everything looks kind of, you know, bleeding in, but I like that though. I like the little things that when we use this to kind of mop up a little bit. And this is a shirt that, like I said, was already tie-dyed. You could barely see some of what it was. It was barely had any dye on it at all. Oh, there's that, front and back. Pretty darn cool. And here is the button up. I haven't tried it on yet. There's that. There is the front. I like that it kind of slowly turns brighter down here at the bottom. So it kind of gives it a continuity, kind of a pattern like. Yeah, the pack looks great. Love that. Nice. Okay. So that's it, folks. All right. That's it until the next dyes. The next dye. I'm washing all the white fabric. Something else I learned. Make sure you wash all your fabrics. I'm washing them now to make sure we get any kind of excess, you know, starch and stuff for, you know, through packaging and all that. And then we'll do another one. So, hey, folks, thank you so much. And until next time, don't you go changing. And there's nothing there. Except, well, that's Walmart shirt. Okay. All right, bye. Thanks. All right, folks. We got a couple things here. I'm making these for a friend. So I said, hey, give me some old, you know, stained white clothes for like you and the kids. And I'll make something. I don't know what we got here. This is very sweatery like thing. I don't know what's going to happen here. I tried doing kind of the scrunchy bit, but we're going to see what happens here, if anything. And it can't go wrong with the tie-dye. All right. Shall we see what we did here? Nice. Boy, I hope those colors stay. I hope those colors stay. I kind of went for the galaxy bit. Tried the galaxy thing a little bit and messed the colors a little. Very nice. Okay. Good. We'll see what that looks like when it's cleaned up. Okay. On to the next one. One sec. Okay. Now we got little tiny shirt. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Very cool. Very cool. Got a little Sharky on it. I like that. I wish it was a big one. Okay, so I did some folding and I did some scrunchy bit around the outside. I like that a lot. Very cool. On to the next one. Let me rinse this a little more here.
C2RLQ.
Okay, now we got another one. Another little kid one. All right, let's see what we got here. Another little kid thing. Ooh, look at this. Look at the little pocket. Love that. All right. Yeah, that's great. That's a nice one. Happy with that. Great. Oh, look at that. Isn't that weird with the label? Oh, okay. It's printed on. Very cool. All right. Happy with that. All right. Well, another more. We got another more. Still got 3 more to look at here. I was busy. Look at, oh, I like that, the way it looks in the frame here. Like that. Cool. Okay, now we have this one. Weird thing. I put some of that color fix. When I was putting the color fix on this one, all this ink immediately like super faded. like down to nothingness. I'm not sure why. Unless, of course, this is not 100% cotton. It's got some kind of synthetic in it. That's the only thing I could think of. All right, let's see here. Ooh. Nice. Very cool. It's like a, I don't know what I got here, but it was like a half shirt. I don't know, kid shirt. Very cool. I like that one too. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting how that color fix turned this. By the way, the black I have is not black, apparently. I thought it was black when I grabbed it. Of course, there's a billion shades of black. It's granite, not black. But when I put that color fix stuff on there, it turned it that color. Weird. It seems to be just that color. I don't know. All right. Very cool. Let's see what else we got here. Well, let's see what we did here, folks. I don't know what I did here. Okay, well, let's see what I did here. I did kind of a weird foldy thing. Going up to the neck. Hey, I am liking that. I'm liking that. I hope I did good with the color keeper stuff, because my other shirt came out really light. See these marks here? This is the marks that were originally on it, and you can barely tell. You can barely see them. And so here's what the front. There's the front. That's cool. I kind of tried to make it go out to the. Tried to make these markings go here to the neck, and then I did the scrunchy bit. The scrunchy bit out on the sleeves. All right, I gotta rinse this off and get her washed up. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. I like it. Yeah, I like the way that this kind of contrasts with the other marks. It's kind of interesting. All right, folks. Cool. All right, back to it. Hey. All right. So this is another kid's shirt. Let's see what we did. Kind of combined a couple folds. Kind of went for, you know, the crumples on the ends, and then some seams up the middle. We'll see. We'll see. That's the funnest part. Is the reveal. I'm liking this yellow. This is lemon yellow. Is the writ color here. Okay, let's see. I have a feeling this is going to be nice. Oh, yeah. Full of color, man. All right, I'm liking the orange. I'm liking the red. The red is scarlet. And the orange is, I think, like a tangerine kind of deal. Man, I like this one a lot. Too bad it's not my size. Okay, this was the shirt, I think, that I got. Yeah, this is the one I got at Michael's when I was getting more ink. It was this one for $2.99. All right, great. Awesome. Loving the colors. I love the way they look on the camera, too. I mean, they're probably going to change as I rinse this a little more, but... And I like where I put the little spots of black around, well, the charcoal or whatever you want to call it, granite. Very cool. All right, hold on, one more. I don't even know what I made here, guys. I don't know, but this was it's a long sleeve. I have a long sleeve on right now. that I made. Got a couple compliments on it at the flea market today. And they liked my shorts, the way they came out. I'm glad. I have another pair of white cotton shorts that I had found. I'm waiting until I get a little bit better at this before I dye that. So obviously you people saw, or see right now, how I had this thing tied up. So sorry about not having a video of, there's just so many videos on YouTube on people doing tie-dyes. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to saturate it. People like seeing the reveal at the end, right? Okay, so I kind of went for the Galaxy thing on this one a little bit. Galaxy and folds. I'm just combining a couple. All right, one more. Okay, let's see what we did with this jumble. Ooh! Look at this. Now that's very cool. I'm happy with that. That's the back. So let's see what the front looks like. Yeah, I'm liking this. Wow. Couple of, and I like that I did the sleeves different. So, yeah. Very cool. So we did stripes on the arms, and then we did scrunchy bit everywhere else. I like this, man. Very cool. And that's all we got for today. Now I'm going to go wash them up and go cook my pork chop. Very cool. Till next time, folks. Bam! And don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.